Good morning, Rumble. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios, as well as good morning, locals. Good morning, YouTube Live. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Kick. We're on all those. I'm getting some feedback here. And let's see, it might be from, no, it's not from that. Is that from this? No. Let's check the volume over here on the back big screen. Testing. Okay, I think we got it. Rich Roberts, at Fireman Rich here on Rumble Studios for the Wednesday morning coffee for the 09.11.2024. Current time is 05:56 a.m. Eastern time here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside on this Wednesday morning. Hump day as we're working towards the weekend. A hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag PSTTD, but it's also right out of the gate. It's a day of remembrance, on this 9/11. And it's of a tragic event that had a horrific event that we should never forget. I've always, that never forget, I always, well, there'll be right after this broadcast, when the sun rises, there'll be two things I do. I'll go out to the outside to the front porch with the American flag and the POW MIA flag, which says never forget those fallen that have given so much to what we're appreciating. We should appreciate now, and that's life itself. So it has very deep setting meaning this day. It's as important as Memorial Day and Veterans Day, as far as remember those that fell on that tragic day. And it's so, I'm just starting to well up thinking. I think about it, it's especially on this day, that's it's surreal. It's like it was yesterday as far as it goes. I know exactly where I was. They always had that saying, do you remember where you were when Kennedy was shot back in the 60s? And I have a vague memory as a little youngster, but I distinctly remember where I was and what I was doing that morning, working at IBM in Endicott, New York. And it's like, is this really happening? I still, to this day, it's like, and it's hard to look at pictures from that day too, because very significant on the fact that we lost a lot of people, firefighters, police, other individual civilians that worked in the World Trade Centers and around the area. We're still feeling the effects of 9/11, losing people, especially on the firefighter front. It's at least every week I hear of reports of firefighters that were on the fire ground that day, and they have complications due to the fact of what they inhaled after the fact. We figure that the fire's out and all that, and it's safe. No, there's a lot of nasty stuff floating around in that air that it's affecting them today. And Tina says yes. Good morning, Tina. By the way, good morning. I didn't mean to. Good morning, Tina. Thank you for being here on this day and of remembering. Good morning to you. And yeah, and yes, me too. Yeah, you remember as far as I think everybody has. I think it's affected everyone in one way or the other as far as that goes, and some tragedies associated with that. So right out of the gate, I am remembering my fallen firefighters on 9/11, as well as the police officers that gave their lives to try to rescue and take part, and those, and also on the plane that well, it was a forced crash. It was a crash that out there in Shankshank, Pennsylvania. I guess I don't know if that's the proper name of the town. It was out there in Pennsylvania. We can't forget those individuals too, because that plane was destined for targeted something in Washington, D.C. I don't know if they'd say the White House or something like that, but Washington, D.C. took some hits. So the firefighters down there in New York or in Washington, D.C., and those folks down there, tragic loss. So we'll be remembering throughout the day, and there'll be ceremonies kicking off here in a couple hours down there in New York City. Okay, let's see. Other than that, I hope everybody's having a good morning. I hope you all had a good day yesterday. I did mowing the lawns. Yesterday was Tuesday, so I did mow the lawns yesterday. Got the coffee this morning to get the day going, and such. And so we got a good positive day, and it's still a positive day. We have to remember, though, we can never forget, and so we keep them in our hearts, our thoughts, and our hearts as far as those that. But we're going to continue on with the broadcast here, and we'll be talking about a little bit. I think the thought for the day I have from the wife of the pilot of the plane that went down in Pennsylvania. So we'll be talking about that, and of course today's national day, without no doubt, is 9/11, Patriots Day, 9/11. As far as that goes. So, but we're getting our day started. I saw my first monarch butterfly yesterday when I was mowing the lawn. I have, that's something that over the course of the years, it's got to be at least 15 plus years. I've been looking, starting right around August, going into September, October, I count the number of monarch butterflies I see during the course of the day. And I did this really, religiously when I was at work, I guess, when I'd be out and about on the site there and stuff. And because it wasn't, let's say the work I did, it wasn't all indoors. There was a lot of outdoor work too, for various things. And I would see the monarch butterflies, and we get sometimes, most of the time I would see them fly in the backyard going over the cornfield. And in this case, I saw it down the side lane. I did do a walk yesterday, and I live streamed it on the golf course. The missus didn't go with the walk, so there's a picture of me walking along that cornfield. So it's right about that point where that picture was taken of me. I used for the picture art for that live stream yesterday after I did the Talga Radio broadcast. That I saw the monarch butterfly on the lawnmower yesterday afternoon. And I just stopped and I looked. It's like, this is the first one. I've only seen that one. And usually at this time, years past, I've usually seen a number of like anywhere 60 plus. And that's starting in mid-August to now. And so the population, just based on that, has gone down drastically. And there was a winter storm these monarch butterflies, they migrate down to Southern California and down to the Baja, Mexico, where they winter there. They spend their winter vacation down there. And there was winter that hit Southern California this past winter, and it killed a lot of them. And so there's not that many. I've only seen the one. So hopefully I see a few more in the coming weeks. So it's another sign that fall is here. The mowing of the lawns yesterday, I didn't mow them all. I just went through the front yard, make sure the front looks nice and neat. And the backyard I push mowed, and then I just went down that one long track along the cornfield. I keep that trimmed and mowed. That's almost, that altogether, that's a lawn by itself as far as that track of land. I go up and down. It takes me about 20 minutes to do that stretch. And so it was really a quick mowing of the lawns. Okay, Tina, you'll be right back. Get some coffee, I guess. Yeah, get the coffee. Coffee's tasted pretty good. And I took a nap yesterday. I took a nap, and that was good. And which was good because I'm not going to get into it, but they had a bit of an event last night between two potential candidates. That was we'll be hearing all the talk about it today and stuff. I'm not going to express my opinion here. It just it's interesting. You see the real characters of both candidates, and I think it's clear that the current one had 3.5 years to do a lot of stuff that was indicated in the person's presentation. So I'll just leave it at that. But yesterday was a very good day. We have a good week going, working towards the weekend. Again, this is a day of remembrance, so it's going to be a little bit solemn, but we still have to get through the day. And starting out this morning, we got a temperature of 51 degrees Fahrenheit, and that equates to, putting it up here on the Surface 3 that's running slower than dirt this morning. We're at 51 degrees Celsius, or 51 degrees Fahrenheit, which equates to about 10.5 degrees Celsius. And I guess I went for the walk yesterday. It was about 59, 60-ish yesterday morning. So we're getting the cooler morning temperatures. It's still dark out. I'm not sure. But it looks like we're going to have a partly cloudy day today, near the high near 80s. So it's going to be up in the 70s to 80s. Winds light and variable. Sun will be rising this morning at 06:43, which is in about 54 minutes. At 6:43 a.m., the sun will be rising, and it's pitch dark out there. I can't see. So, this is a couple months ago. It was bright as day. Sun will be setting later this evening at 7:21 p.m. And currently here in Honolulu, Hawaii at 12:07 a.m., clear skies, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Phoenix, Arizona at 3:07 a.m., clear skies, 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Chicago, Illinois at 5:07 a.m., clear skies. And down there in New York City at 6:07, it's 6:07 a.m. currently now, clear skies. So that's good for the morning remembrance events down there. And across the pond in Cork, Ireland at 11:08 a.m., cloudy skies, 54 degrees Fahrenheit. In Cork, Ireland, it's cloudy skies, 54 degrees Fahrenheit in Cork, Ireland. And in Milan, Italy, where it's lunchtime at 12:08 p.m., Mangia in Milan, Italia. Sunny and clear, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. In Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, at 6:08 p.m., sunny and clear there, 91 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's probably cool compared to, but that's still a hot temperature. Tokyo, Japan, at 7:08 p.m. In the evening. Clear skies in Tokyo, 84 degrees Fahrenheit. And down on the great continent and country of Australia, our very good friends in Australia that we appreciate here in the United States. Melbourne, Australia at 8:09 p.m. in their evening. Cloudy skies, 54 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Sydney, Australia, at 8:09 p.m. also cloudy, a little clearing, 66 degrees Fahrenheit. And those are our world times and temperatures as I speak. And let's see, we have our thought for the day, which, let's see, I'm going to put that up. Put that up like that, I guess. It's my 17. Okay. Our thought for the day, when I saw it, I was a little hesitant. I said, no, that it pertains to what is today. Comes from the wife. And this is what I mean, the after effects of 9/11. It has an effect, and this definitely had an effect on Sandra Day. It's Dahl. I don't want to. I don't. Dahl. She's the widow of the United Flight 93 Captain Jason, who went down on that plane on 9/11 that morning, while the people on board were combating the terrorists, as far as that goes. And she's the wife of the pilot that our thought for the day. But her backstory is that it was she died of a heart failure brought on by an accidental drug and alcohol overdose, according to this is back in what the hell? It doesn't want to let me read this. Come on. So it was years after 9/11 that she tried getting counseling and all that, but normal people have memories and it's behind them. She said this is never going away, and it wouldn't. I couldn't imagine it being that, but she had a heart condition that probably contributed to the alcohol and painkillers and antidepressants she was on, and so she had passed away. But it was at a ceremony that she stated the following, which is her quote and our thought for today. And this is here on this 9/11 Day of Remembrance. If we learn nothing else from this tragedy, we learn that life is short and there's no time for hate. Sandra Dahl. There is no time for hate. And that is a very true statement from that. I don't like using the H word. It's, to me, that's an ultimate bad word. I don't use that. I don't really, I disagree with people. Keep away from people. I don't want to, because I know it's not good for either side. So as far as that goes, there's people that have strong opinions and stuff like that. But I would say I don't hate, and I take heed to this because life is short, and this day is a remembrance of how short it is, because it was several years after that's when Sandra passed away, and that was in effect a direct result of 9/11. And the firefighters today that were on that fire ground, they passed away also of complications, being exposed to certain things that working on that fire ground along with other emergency services people. They developed cancers and all that are directly related to that. But in Sandra's case, she lost a loved one. She lost her husband. And it just got to the point where, she was taking so many painkillers and stuff like that, and drinking alcohol. with a heart condition, and she passed away. So, but she leaves us the thought on her quote that if we learn nothing else from this tragedy, we learn that life is short and there's no time for hate. So, never forget. And we'll never forget. I'll never forget Sandy now, because it's right there. Remembering and always never forget. So thank you, Sandra D. God bless and Godspeed. Well, let's see if we can get through this. Like I said, it has an effect. It has an effect on you when you talk about it, when you rethink about it, because we don't. I mean, it's pretty powerful stuff. Pretty powerful memory, I should say. Let's see. Tina, hi Rich. I left and sent daughter a message, and Twitch won't let me talk. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I got your note. I forgot to comment on your note. Oh, actually, let me take a look at it. What we got here? We got something on. Okay, over on the Twitter side, I got your. Oh, thank you for. Yeah, thank you for liking the James Earl Jones there. He was a good man, and but you did send me. Oh, okay, I got your picks. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm gonna do that on the football picks. I'm gonna go ahead and I just gave you a thumbs up on it there. As far as you sent it there, right at the top of the at 5:01. So thank you for that. I'll be plugging those in. I got Ted's, I got Tony's, I got Brian's. Brian's was sent via. We need Captain Rehab, so he's supposed to be on the. Tonight is Let's Talk Football, NFL football, and we'll be. We're done with week 1, going into week 2. We had a good first week. A couple surprises, couple not so surprises as far as the way some of the teams played. But for those folks that are watching now and on the replay, Tina's one of the individuals, along with 8 other people, myself included, that we do football picks on that broadcast. And they'll start tonight at about 7:15, right? A little between 7 and 7:15. I'll crank up the show. We're up for about 45 minutes. And unless we have a guest, and we're up a little bit longer. And so I got the football picks. I just need him from Captain Rehab, and he said he'll be on the broadcast tonight. So I don't see him. He might pop in here at the end of the show, like he usually does. So let's see. I didn't have this tab up. Today. Let's see. But today is Patriots Day. I'm calling it Patriots Day. And Patriots Day and National Day of Service and Remembrance, September 11th. And so I'm not even going to go over the other ones. It's just Patriots Day on September 11th honors the memories of nearly 3,000 innocent victims who died on September 11th, 2001 during a terrorist attack. Each year, America dedicates this day to remembering those who died and the first responders who risked their own lives to save others. Hashtag Patriot Day. So, for many, September 11th began like any other day, and it did for me. It did for me as far as going into work that day. At Building 41. I worked at IBM on the corner of McKinley and North Street in Endicott. Let's see. 8 and 9, 2000. So it was like I had worked there 4 years. Okay, and I was vested. I thought I was gonna be working there for the rest until I retired, until they sold the farm. But I remember that day walking into Building 41 off of North Street and looking up in the air, clear blue sky. you couldn't get it any more clear that morning. And I've told this story before, uh, but we go in, got the coffee, go to my test. I'm on the test floor. You couldn't bring the coffee in on the test floor, but this was in the break room. So having a coffee, shooting the shit with everybody there coming in on a normal day, um, and going on the test floor there on this building 41. Two, I was on the second floor. That's where the test. Now I started down in the basement in electrical test. There's an electrical test area there, but I was on midnights, and then when I came off of midnights, I went on first shift. When I started there in 1997 after the Air Force, August of '97, and I was a temp. I was on day. Then I got a regular position, and I went to third shift, and I came off of third night shift. It was that spring of 2001. So I was up there on the second floor. And the difference in my testing, electrical test on the ground floor was regular wire boards. There's no components. On the second floor, because of the process that went through the building and the site there, I was testing boards that had components on. So, but my tester had a view of North Street and all that. And it was a very nice work environment. I really enjoyed myself. But that morning, go to my tester, we're testing and stuff like that. And then this is like 8 o'clock. I'm doing my morning things for the first hour or so, and then it comes to coffee break, and I look around and there's nobody. And there's on the test floor, there would be at least anywhere from from 6 to 12 people working on the test floor at various functions and stuff like that. And I'm looking around and I notice, where is everybody? Usually there's like 1 or 2 people lingering and stuff like that for coffee, or for just to talk and stuff like that before coffee break. I was the only one. I'm looking at it. I go out off the test floor, out in the hallway, and I look down, and there's a big crowd of people down by the entrance to the break room. And I go down there and I go, what's going on? I'm looking at it, and everybody's face is like, and I guess I missed the first plane hitting the first tower, because when I stand there in the doorway, I'm looking and I see the TV on the back, and I see a plane going into the second tower, and I'm going, holy shit, what is that? And it was so, like I said, just me just saying it right now was so surreal. It was literally so surreal that I'm saying, holy shit, am I watching a movie? It was, and then it became apparent what it was, and I was like, oh my God. So we tried to continue to work through the day. Some people took the day off, as far as that goes. And I just remember my manager, Joe Massar, God bless him. He came up to my tester, and he threw down a stack of, he just printed up on sheets of paper, a colored, there were flags on paper. And he said, Rich, here's some tape. Go ahead and hang these up in the window. And he said, well, it's like, Joe, we're not supposed to do that. He says, I don't give a flying F. Put the flags up in the window. And it affected Joe, because Joe was he was a World War II vet. He was on the 101st Airborne. And so I knew why he was going. It's just to show we're still a patriotic country. We're still standing strong. And so those are my memories of where I was on 9/11. And it's still surreal. So we have to forget, or we can never forget, as far as that goes. So we think of those, we say God bless and Godspeed. Wow, that's powerful. I just it's hard talking about it though, as far as, because it's a serious subject. You cannot there's no joking on that. And there's certain things you do not joke about, and that is definitely one of the number one things that you don't joke about, as far as. But we ended up mitigating it by fighting a war and stuff. Some will, they'll be discussing it for years to come. Whether we should have done this or done that. I'm satisfied knowing that we mitigate it by taking out the culprits. I'm not even going to give the person's mention their names and stuff like that because they're not worth talking about. They were taken care of, and it was just horrific. And but in that same breath, I have to say we did stay over in Afghanistan longer than what we should have, and we got out of there sort of haphazardly. That cost another 13 lives at the end there, which was wrong as far as that goes. But you can always Monday morning quarterback an operation and stuff like that, and but it could have been done differently and stuff. And now we're very cautious. We still have to be engaged in the world. We cannot recede from that. There's a lot of people I remember that say, "Oh, we shouldn't just bring everybody home," and so we can't do that. We're the genie is out of the bottle on that after World War I and World War II, as far as that goes. We're a world leader, and we have to be a world leader. We have to have strong leaders that guide this country. We can't have somebody asleep at the wheel and sleeping out at the beach and stuff like that, in a manner of speaking. So, okay, so we're off and running here and stuff. Let's see. Yesterday, Tuesday, like I said, I did do a live stream using the Rumble Studio app, which worked out great. I think I was on for 24 minutes walking. I walked for I walked for a couple minutes after that. So it was a good walk. Got a chance to show you the golf course, and there was some apple trees that we looked at. The apples are in full harvest and a good crop. But before we did went on the walk, we did the Tioga Radio Show for 10 September 2024, which I always have fun playing the want to be what I call it hashtag want to be radio DJ. I love doing it. Feel like I'm on the radio as far as that goes. But we had Robert Joan and the Wreck with Rager, Jelly Roll. I got Jelly Roll. It should just be Jelly Roll. I got to edit that. Halfway to Hell, and then Aerosmith with Don't Get Mad, Good Evening. Robert Plant with 29 Palms. Iggy Pop with The Passenger. The Bob Seger System. I thought it was just Bob Seger, but it said Bob Seger System. Ramblin' Gamblin' Man. There's another edit I got to do. Foo Fighters with Walk. And Cheap Trick, If You Want My Love. So a good set there of 8 songs that I present. And the next time I do that will be in 2 weeks on the 24th. I do that every 2 weeks now, which is good. So Tin Fan, yo, how you doing, my friend? Coming in from Michigan. Thank you for being here. And at top of the morning, you're my friend, a resident contractor and such. So let's go ahead and do 100 years ago today and see how this lines up. Let's see, we get this here, we got that there, we got to shut off, we got to share that. And then let's see, we'll go like that, go back here, we turn off the text. And Luther I'm trying to think of the guy's name. I want to say Roger Luther. It's Luther Rogers. We're going to go ahead and see what he has to say here on 100 years ago. This is September 9th, which is this past Monday. So let's get this cranking.
A 100 years ago today, early Sunday morning, burglars used nitroglycerin to blow open the safe at Sisson Brothers Department Store, 59 Court Street. He got away with over $6,000 in cash and took a woman's mink coat on the way out. Several young prisoners created a disturbance at the Broome County Jail on Saturday. As a result, they were placed on a ration of bread and water and their mattress.
Let me reset that. I was playing with too many buttons. I'm sorry. Let's replay that. Stand by. I am sorry. I just fiddling around with buttons here. Too many buttons. Too many buttons. Let's do a restart on that. Okay, here we go. Let's try it again. Okay, second time's a charm.
Hundred years ago. 100 years ago today, early Sunday morning, burglars used nitroglycerin to blow open the safe at Sisson Brothers Department Store, 59 Court Street. He got away with over $6,000 in cash and took a woman's mink coat on the way out. Several young prisoners created a disturbance at the Broome County Jail on Saturday. As a result, they were placed on a ration of bread and water, and their mattresses were removed. Police broke up a game of craps at Stowe Park Flats yesterday. About 40 gamblers were involved in the game, but they all got away when the police arrived. And finally, plans are being made to relocate the old Hanrahan house, currently at 18 Front Street, to make way for the new Memorial Bridge. The house will be split in two and hauled down Riverside Drive to its new location on Laurel Avenue. That was the news 100 years ago.
Okay, that was better. I apologize for that. I just as far as the hey, Tony D, how you doing? We're just redoing the 100 years ago today. Let's see, Tony D saying hi to Tina. Tina's on Twitch and Rumble, and he's saying down there in Warner Robins, Georgia, currently at 66 degrees Fahrenheit, 80 degrees for the high, 66 and cloudy. Salute to you, my friend. Let me get this out of the way so you see the salute. Salute to you, my brother, veteran, good friend, and fellow broadcaster. Tony says hello or good morning. There we go. We're all over the board here as far as that goes. And thank you for the likes. And I'm not sure if you retweeted or something. I just saw something flash over. And I know that if you just came in, that's you over on the Twitter there. So thank you. And let's see. I think, Tony, I still need your picks. So, or did you send me your picks? Let me check. I can't think. Let's see. Oh, let's see if I can take care of this here real quick. Well, that's 3 minutes ago. Oh. Let's see. Hang on for a minute, folks. I got to do something here real quick. Let's see if I can mitigate this account setting. Let me see. I'm just checking something here real quick, folks. Oh, where is that? Oh, here. No, I don't want that. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Let's see. Let's see if I can find this individual. I don't know why either. Huh. Not sure either. I'm gonna have to check. Let me see. Oh, I know how I can do this. Hang on, folks. I'm just looking at something right real quick here. Um, following you on Twitter, so I don't know why. Why the hell do I have this individual? How come I can't find him? I'm gonna have to look at this. Somebody just sent me. I'm following them on Twitter, but they can't get in on the broadcast here, so we'll have to check that. So, if that individual's watching, thank you for sending me that thing. It's like I'm trying to find you, but it's like, what the hell? Um, it might have been in a mass thing that I did last year, as far as concerning. Oh, there it is. There it is. That's the one. Okay, that's the one. Okay. I found it. Hang on, hang on, hang on. I'm doing something. Let's see. I found the individual, so let's go ahead and put him in. There they are. Okay. Why the hell did I block him? Holy shit, that's not sure why either. Okay, I got that taken care of. So this is somebody I've known for quite some time. I follow him on Twitter. But I think it was last year I was going through. I was on. I used to watch a couple broadcasts. One in particular there that. One in particular. Oh, I haven't said. Okay, yeah, I saw that, Tony. I was just taking care of something. There's somebody that I had got caught up in the mess that I was dealing with last year with the so-called trolls, Tony. And this individual I still follow on Twitter, so just sent me a DM why he couldn't get in, and I unblocked him. So I apologize for that. I'm not sure. Just got caught up in a mass blocking of people from that particular broadcast because let's just say those people that are on that broadcast aren't too friendly towards me. So I just don't want them in my broadcast. They can be in other broadcasts, but I just don't recognize them anymore as far as that goes because they're just trying to poke. Right, Tony? And I just put it in this place. So we're going to move on. So I wanted to take care of that because that's important because that individual's a good person. That individual's always been good to me. So I've unblocked. I don't know how that happened. Unless, okay, I think he's an admin on that. I think that might be why. because I was so caught up in myself and stuff. But I still follow him on Twitter because they're on X. So I wasn't totally pissed off at him. And he's never done me any bad. It's just the association thing, I guess, goes on with that. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's see. So Luther Rogers there on his 100 years ago, I guess they moved up to the criminals moved up using nitroglycerin. It's like, my God, they got away with $6,000 cash. It's probably worth about $100,000 back then. And then what would we have? Several young prisoners just made a disturbance in the Binghamton jail. We had a pretty busy day there the other day. And let's see. There we go. Okay, he said, thanks, Rich. I'm just wondering what happened. All goods now. Yep. Yeah, he's a good guy. I like that. It's one of those things you get caught up in shit and stuff like that, and then he's a good person. So he has every right to be here. He hasn't done any wrong to me as far as that goes. So I welcome him back and apologize for the block as far as that goes, because I'm one that I take blocking very seriously. Just so you know, it's clear. The people that have been here for a while know we get first-time chatters that come in here, and I give them the benefit of the doubt right out of the day. But if it's pretty apparent right out of the gate, I say nothing. I just go ahead and do it. As far as that goes, and I think we've had over the last 6 months or so plus, we've had some pretty good streams where we haven't been really inundated. We get the views and stuff like that. So I don't like talking about that. Something I keep off to the side. And again, it surprises me that, and usually if I end up blocking an individual, you're blocked across the board because you're gone. And that's basically how they, double J's. I'm going to say straight up, my friend, I apologize. I had no idea. Thank you for sending the tweet. And thanks. Yeah. And I want to say I apologize sincerely because you've always been good to me. I was wondering, I hadn't seen you in a while. I've been seeing your tweets and stuff like that, but I think you're smart enough to know you got caught up in the mess from last year when I exit stage left from watching another individual's broadcast. So I'm not going to go into detail on that because it's been over a year as far as that goes. I wish the individual good and all his viewers well and stuff like that. But I've had many of his viewers try to inundate me. There's even one lingering one on another broadcast that tries to, and I wish him well, but I just don't recognize him and stuff. So again, I'm glad to have you here, Double J's. I hope everything is Double J's I've known Double J's here online for quite some time, and he's a very astute and articulate individual that has great insight, and it's okay. No, well, I want to apologize. Like I said, I was telling folks here that usually if I block somebody that's across the board, then I'm glad you sent me I wish you would have sent it earlier as far as that goes. But you were away while the other day I was thinking no notifications from Rich. Okay, I'm glad you're back on board here, and I appreciate you because that's okay. It's all squared then. Double J's. He's coming in for those folks that are watching. Double J's is from India. And I've known him for a couple of years now. I'm not sure if I knew you over on Haps or not, Double J. We always say that, but I know you were regular, and it's good to have you back as far as my friend and stuff like that. So, like I said, I think you got caught up in the mess I was going through last year, trying to separate myself, in a manner of speaking. Your beef is no one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Okay. Let's see. So 100 years ago, that was from Roger Luther. Looks like it was a pretty They broke up a crap game. You can't play craps. That's gambling. You can't gamble. There's probably some high stakes gambling there as far as that goes. And Tina says, yes, that's bad. Yeah, that's probably the worst one we've seen. Nitroglycerin. Your beef is not my business. I like your stream. Okay, I appreciate that, Double J's. Thank you very much, my friend. I know. Yeah, to me, it's no more. It's no longer a beef. It just I've moved on. Okay, last year it was okay, and because that's one of a few incidents there that I just asked a question and I got raked over the coals. So if we're sitting at a coffee shop having a coffee, I could tell you some better insight. You know, there's people that jump the guns when they're in that so-called moderator seat, and they overemphasize, and they as far as that's why I don't really. It's all good. Thanks for you're good to be back. I'm glad to have you back, Double J's. I apologize. It's my bad that if you would have, like I said. I'm a little embarrassed, I guess, but I'm coming full. I don't know why. I think you got caught up, and it just it might be whatever. But I know you're a straight guy because you've always given me that indication in the chat. So you're okay, my friend. Thank you very much. Again, I appreciate it. And let's see what else happened in history on this day. Let's see. Of course, we had 9/11. Yeah, exactly. Double J's. That's good. I'm trying to think of that myself. Let's just say there was a couple months there. The mistress told me get your head out of your ass and stuff. Okay, in a joking way, and just move on. Okay. And that's all you can do. You wish them the best and stuff like that. But there was a few that still hounded me a little bit. And I think that's why I did a mass across the board associating with that one channel and stuff like that. So there's some good people there that I know as far as that goes. But it's all good now. Let's see. On this day... Yeah, it happens. Move on. Best thing. Yes, exactly. On this day in 1906, Mahatma Gandhi coined the term, Satyagraha, true force, to characterize nonviolent movements. And Tina saying hi to Double J's on Twitch. So let me put that up. I don't think you'd see that. See, Tina, she's saying hi to you from Rumble there, Double J's. So you're being welcomed back into the fold because of this knucklehead bonehead's mistake. But Mahatma Gandhi was, again, a man that he's up there. He's right up there, right behind Abraham Lincoln and Ulysses S. Grant and stuff like that. And Tina's saying, and Double J's is saying hi back to you, Tina, saying he's doing okay. Let's see. In 1918, the Boston Red Sox won the World Series. Wouldn't repeat for 86 years. That was the Yankee curse, they said, because they traded Babe Ruth right after that. So it was a curse here. In 1962, the Beatles recorded the first single "Let Me Do" at EMI Studios in London. As far as that goes. In 1978, at Camp David, President Jimmy Carter, Egyptian President Sadat, and Israel Prime Minister Begin agreed to the framework for peace in the Middle East. And let's hope we have peace here in the near future in the Middle East. Hopefully. I don't know. 1985, Pete Rose, who should be in the Baseball Hall of Fame, my opinion, of the Cincinnati Reds, recorded 4,192 hits, breaking Ty Cobb's career record back in 1985. And back on this day in 1997, the Scots voted to create their own parliament after 291 years year union with with England, and they're trying to get their independence, which if the people decide, they should have it. I don't know why. I just get the impression the Scots want their freedom. So, but I guess it's a pretty evenly split. I thought it was more on the. It's part of that nationalism too, as far as that goes. So let's see. On the AP side, we have. Again, 9/11. Again, remembering 3,000 people that were killed as 19 Al Qaeda hijackers seized control of 4 jetliners, sending 2 planes into the New York World Trade Center and a 3rd plane into the Pentagon in Arlington and a 4th in the fields of Western Pennsylvania. It remains the deadliest terror attack in history. But we remember those that were lost. 1936, the Boulder Dam, later renamed Hoover Dam, became operational as President Franklin D. Roosevelt pressed a button in Washington to signal the startup of the dam's first hydraulic generators. In 1941, groundbreaking took place for the building of the Pentagon. And that's about it. We talked about Pete Rose. And on 9/11, 2008, presidential candidates John McCain and Barack Obama put aside politics as they visited the ground zero together on the anniversary of 9/11 to honor its victims. And that's what it is. You put it aside. This day is remembering those that fell on that day. So there we have it. All right, folks, I'm going to take a break. We've been on for about 58 minutes. I'm going to go refresh my coffee, and I'll be right back. So you just all hang in there. We got 11 people on the totals on the tote board here. We have 5 on Rumble. Thank you very much, Rumble. 1 on Locals, 1 on YouTube, 4 on Twitch, and we have Kick. I'm not sure what's on Kick. But just to recognize those folks as we finish up this first hour. We'll see how long we go on the second hour. Let's see. What the hell am I doing here? Let's see. What am I looking at? Oh, Kick. What do we have over on Kick? We have probably 1 viewer. Yeah, 1 viewer, and that's probably me. I'm the 1 viewer on Kick. I don't know. It's a place to be. As far as to be over there on Kick, it's starting to get its footing. It's just an extra place to broadcast at, as far as for those folks and stuff. I think if you broadcast on a multiple platforms, and I've always said this, well, it's Tony D that got me going on the multi-broadcasting, but my philosophy on broadcasting on a number of, and we have people on all those platforms, so they want to view on that platform, so accommodate them as a broadcaster. I think that's the best thing. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go take a break for a little bit, and we will be right back. So hang in there, folks. see you. Drive safe. Okay, we are back. Fireman Rich here on the Twitch, and also Rumble Studios, and YouTube Live. Let's see, that was mix. Okay, so if I do the cart, I'm just looking at. Okay, we'll just leave it at that then. So it's all affected on the mix, but we're here on those platforms, Kick and Locals as well. And we got our second cup of coffee here for the day. We're on this 9/11 Remembrance Day, Patriots and Remembrance of 9/11 Day, and we're getting a good start to our day as far as that goes. And let's see, Tina says, okay, we're back, and we got our first hour under our belt, and I've got some things to present, like I always do. We'll see what we have here on the docket. Let's see, I'm going to move this down here like that. And let's see, the missus is getting her breakfast ready there. I had an open mic, I guess. I don't know, during the music. So let's see what we got here. 14 people. Let's see, we have any campaigns? See, to say I have 17. Let's see. I get at least 17 people to do the Rumble Premium. I still keep tabs on it. I'm up to I have to get I'm up in the 35 viewership range if I want to do this campaign. So I'm still checking that. It's something unique and stuff like that. And let's see, we're at 14. If we get 3 more, we can do a campaign, folks. It's all up to you. If I do one, I do one. If I don't, and again, I appreciate the people that when we were doing this campaign, I guess it was if I had at least 10 folks, I thought they would Rumble, but it's a total of 10 people. I could do a read ad campaign for folks that are wondering what I'm talking about. It's something here on Rumble that you can do when you use Rumble Studios. And I think it's a unique thing that other platforms should really take heed to, because I think it's a really good deal. I hope it's Rumble's, it's their way of generating funds by letting the broadcaster be sponsored by Rumble, in a sense, by reading these ads for various companies that they sponsor Rumble with, and they're fun to do. And now we went down to 11, so we're not going to make it, but I'm in that up. I've done it enough times, but this last cycle is because of those ads that I was able to get an earlier than normal payout from Rumble. and that money gets thrown back in. Just so you know, you viewers, when you watch those commercials, and the people over on Twitch that sponsor, I spent some of that money yesterday by broadcasting live. It cost me about $6 to broadcast, I guess. I used like for 24 minutes, I used half a terabyte or half a gig. Is it half a gig? Yeah, it's a half a gigabyte. 500 megabytes for 24 minutes. So, and it's about $10 a gigabyte on my track phone I use. And then another thing, I ended up spending some of that money for some content on Guild Wars that I want to broadcast here on these fine live stream platforms, and so it gets reinvested back into this. It allows me to buy those things, and the missus, she can't not squawk, but get on my case about, where are you spending that money? Well, this is the money that people have given me, so I appreciate that, and it's a nice little perk, I guess, being live streaming. It's not that I'm making a living here. Believe me, I'm here for the pure fun of it, and if I don't make any chump change, as they call it, but I'm still very intrigued by that aspect of Rumble Studios here, that they're doing that, because Rumble is they've got their own cloud that they're starting to where they're not dependent on the AWS cloud servers and stuff like that, which I think is great, because and they're a great place. It started up there in Toronto. I think they moved their headquarters down there to Florida. So it's sort of an international type company, seeing that it got started up there in Canada. Our friends up in Canada, as far as that goes. I have my feelings are that the just looking at it from years back when we were all on HAPS, I was dabbling in this platform called Vocal. Get Vocal. If you were to see what I see, and then I could put up a copy of the what Vocal used to look at. I think I have some old pictures of the backstage from the streamer's perspective window, that there's certain things that correlate and are the same as Vocal. So I think Rumble Studios used to be Vocal. I really think that when I look at it, and I've talked about this with Tony D, and he even agrees that they moved them around. Like the buttons that are up here, they used to be down in the lower right-hand corner, and the picture down here of me when I'm talking, there's a green border around there. That's I mean, when I first saw that, I said, this used to be Vocal, because Vocal had that. It just reminded me, along with the buttons that are on the top now, they used to be down here in the bottom, and just to set up and stuff like that. So and I think HAPS used to. I think HAPS. It seemed right after HAPS went down, Restream started. I could be wrong. I'll have to check the dates on that, but it just seems like we weren't using Restream until a year or two after, because everybody was on StreamYards was starting back then and stuff like that. So just sort of a history backtrack there on the thing. Let's see. We did have some Major League Baseball play this week. Let's see. The Mets, it looks like they right now they have a wild card spot. As far as that goes, as the boys of summer are ending their summer. Philadelphia Phillies are hot. I think they're on track to winning a World Series, I think. And so let's see what the baseball scores were starting on Monday night. Let's see. Monday, Phillies won against the Rays. Yankees beat the Royals 10-4, and the Mets beat the Blue Jays. That's good for the Yankees. And the Red Sox beat the Orioles. That's good, because the Yankees are ahead of the Orioles, or ahead of the Yankees are ahead of the Red Sox. And but the Yankees are ahead of the Red Sox. So if they hit the Orioles, that's good. Let's see. Yesterday, the Yankees lost to the Royals, and the Mets lost to the Blue Jays. And the Orioles got that game back by beating the Red Sox. So they got that game back. So, but tonight the Mets will continue playing the Blue Jays. Well, no, this afternoon at 3:07, the Mets play the Blue Jays, and the Yankees continue playing the Royals tonight down there in Yankee Stadium at 7:05. And where's our standings? Our standings are the Yankees. They're still just a half a game ahead of the. What is that? That's nothing. Half a game ahead of the Yankees. Or no, the Yankees are half a game ahead of the Orioles. Big Juices, that's Steve out there in Ohio. He's not here, but his Guardians are 3.5 games in the American League Central. And then over on the National League, the Phillies, they're playing 600 percentage ball. They're in first place, and the Mets are in second place, but they're 8 games behind. And the Braves are nipping at their heels. They're right there with the Mets. So the Mets have to stay ahead of the Braves for the rest of the season to get to have that wild card spot. NFL football. Well, tonight it's Wednesday, so tonight we're going to be having the Let's Talk Football. NFL football broadcast that I have every Wednesday where we do our picks. We talk about football. We do the picks for about 45 minutes. And I've got picks from everybody except Tony and Captain Rehab. So Captain Rehab said he was going to be there if he doesn't pop in here in this morning. So hopefully he'll be there. But we did have a game. The Bills did win. I talked about that Monday morning on the Monday morning broadcast, but we did have a Monday night game. For all intents and purposes, the first weekend were some pretty good football, some disappointments from the Cleveland Browns, but I had picked the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys are for real, and the Giants and Jets, especially Giants. The Giants are just sorry. I'm taking myself off of that. I'm going to pick the Giants and Jets no matter what. This week. I'm picking against them, and it'll be a first time in a couple of years. It's just, especially the Giants. The Giants, they just their quarterback is just, I mean, the Giants. I thought the Panthers were bad. The Giants are just as bad. As far as the Jets, Aaron Rodgers played his first full game in like 2 years, over 600 days. But the San Francisco 49ers, they prevailed very strongly against the Jets. The Jets hung in there, if you want to say hung in there, but Rodgers didn't get hurt, which is good. I was not impressed. I watched the game. He played. He's not a tier 1 quarterback anymore. I saw better play from the quarterbacks during preseason. Those are second and third string guys. There's a guy that's playing on the New York Jets' practice team that could probably play better than Aaron Rodgers right now. Not to give him full credit, he's a great quarterback in the NFL from years past, but I think it's apparently evident in what I saw. People say, well, it's the first game. He got through and stuff like. He didn't play any preseason. The first game, he showed that he can throw the ball. He still has it, but as far as throwing the ball, but as far as having any type of impact in the game, the Jets defense, which I thought was going to be a lot better than what I saw, especially when you have 32 points being put up against you. But the Jets did get touchdowns and some things. I think Aaron Rodgers had 1 touchdown, 1 interception. 13 for 21, 167 yards. Not that 167 yards passing. Okay, where Brock Purdy, 19 for 29, 231 yards passing, and so it was evident. Let's see, they got 3 touchdowns. Oh, they went for okay, that's right. They went for the extra 2 points, and they didn't. They didn't succeed. So I'm not impressed with the Jets. There's people say, oh, they're going to make the playoffs. Not if they play like they did against San Francisco. They got to play a lot better than that. And they're going to be meeting some tougher teams also. I'm gearing up for tomorrow night's game, and that's the Buffalo Bills against Miami. A lot of people are overlooking the Buffalo Bills. Again, we'll talk a little bit more about that tonight on the Let's Talk Football. But Miami, the Bills are going down to play Miami tomorrow night. And that's one New York team I will pick each week is the Buffalo Bills because they're playing up to caliber. The New York Jets and New York Giants, they're barely playing. I would almost say the Panthers are playing better than the New York Jets and New York Giants. What did they score this past weekend? Well, the Panthers beat the Bills in preseason. So in the first week, everybody thought the Patriots was the worst team. No, the Panthers, they're sorry too. The Saints, I forgot, the Saints whacked their asses 47-10. But the Patriots, they beat the Bengals. That's a surprise. The Bengals were supposed to be good. They're not that good. They don't start that good. The last 2 years, we'll see how they progress. You can say the same thing about the Jets. Like I said, I'm giving them 4 games before I get on the Jet bandwagon stuff. I'm glad to see Aaron Rodgers playing, though. I am. It's just very historic. He's an old man, just like this old man. But I'm a simple old man. I have fun with that. So that's what we have for football. So tonight, and I'll go over the results of the first week. Very surprising, especially with Tony D. Man, he was almost an ace there as far as getting all the picks and stuff like that. And well, I might as well say it. Tony he was first, and then there was Ted, Tina, and Michael Bathurst. They were the second group. They were all tied for second. Brian, he came in third, and then me and Captain Rehab, we finished. We were both 8-8. So I'll have a chart that shows the first week outcomes. I'm gonna have one chart that shows what happened that particular weekend, and then I'm gonna have a grand total and stuff. I did this last year, and I had real fun with it as far as, and I have a good workflow. I got a better workflow. I refined my workflow where I've got that all done, and I was real excited. I ended up sending out notes yesterday, and I want to say thank you to Tina, Ted, also Ted getting Brian's picks, and Michael Bathurst. And Tony's going to probably give me his tonight, and we might have him on the broadcast if he's available and stuff. He is always welcome on my broadcast because he makes me very welcome on his broadcast, and I appreciate that. Okay, let's see what we have here on the docket. Let's see. We did one. Let's see. When do we change the clocks here in New York? And let me see what is this one. Let's go ahead and I'll do this. What's that? Yeah, sometime. But what's the actual date? We're going to go over that, because we're coming back. We're coming into autumn, which is fall, where we turn the clocks back. So we get an extra hour sleep, but I'm not working anymore, so I get an extra hour sleep anyway if I as far as that goes. So let's go ahead and let me bring this one up. Let's see if this works. Gotta turn off the ticker tape. And there we go. Let me just move this up a little bit. There we go. That should work right there, right? Yeah. When do we change the clocks? When do we change the clocks as far as that goes? Springtime, we spring ahead an hour, and in fall, we fall back. But the leaves are changing, and soon the clocks here in New York, along throughout the rest of the country, is going to be turned back. Daylight savings time, DST, ending, and most of will be changing the clocks. Everyone except Hawaii and most of Arizona, the 2 states here in the United States where time remains the same all year round since 1960. But lawmakers have been trying to get rid of daylight savings time in New York and other states for several years. It's down. It's still in Congress. It's floating around. And let's see. I think this is a New York State senator a state senator. I have continued to communicate, collaborate, and coordinate with my legislative colleagues in other states regarding this issue, and I'm optimistic that it will ultimately be successful in our efforts to establish daylight savings times as a year-round time in New York and Northeast, and that's Senator Joe Griffo. And as with anything, there are both pros and cons to daylight saving time. Most of the support for springing forward has to do with the benefit of more daylight, reduced energy consumption, benefit for farmers getting in more work. And that's where primarily I think came from back in the day when they started it. Safety, less driving in twilight. Excuse me. The opposite to, excuse me for a minute. Got something stuck in my throat there. Let's see. Let me get the comments here. A little competition here. My daughter likes the Giants and Bills, so I'm the other team, the Jets. Okay. I don't know. The Jets and Giants, they're big. They're I don't know. It just we'll see what happens. That's what's so amazing about football, Tina, that we can have that type of thing there. Let's see. The opposite of time change, say there's no proof of any of those benefits. However, some studies show the opposite. I think November 7th. Oh, is it November 7th? Let me see. Whether it's the coffee maker, microwave, or even hard to change clocks in the car, remember, time falls back 1 hour, 2 a.m. Sunday, November 3rd is what I'm seeing in this article, Tina. November 3rd. So some of the cons is any consumption remains similar to with an increase. Many farmers oppose a change, especially in central New York, dairy farmers where the cows don't live by a clock, and they don't live by a clock. So why change your routine? As for safety, there is an increase of traffic accidents and heart attacks from losing their hour of sleep. Government studies show that 8% increase in the first week of change that is never made up during DST. So until any law is enacted, we still have to change our clocks. But which way do we go? Again, whether it's a coffee maker, microwave, even the hard to change clock in the car, which isn't that hard anymore, as far as that goes. It's saying we change our clocks back on at 2 a.m. Sunday, November 3rd, as far as from what this article is saying. And so there we have it. So, and what's nice is a computer does it by themselves. And I have the wall clock. I think that changes by itself. That's an atomic clock that has a temperature. Well, we haven't changed our temperature. It's still 51 degrees out, and it's foggy. Oh, look at that fog. Oh, my God. We have a foggy day today. Lawn's looking nice. I like looking at the lawn. Let's see. What do we have? I need to check something that just came up here. What do we have here? Okay. I don't know why. Okay, they're showing up there. They're not showing up there. Okay. Okay, that's all right. We got to refresh. That's probably why. Okay. Okay, we're good. Okay, we are good there. Good in the hood. Um. Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem, Tina. I wasn't sure unless I seen it in the article. I wasn't sure. I don't have my. I don't know if it indicates on the calendar here. Let's see. No, they don't have it on the calendar and stuff. Let me check my volume. I want to check my volume here, right? Yeah, we're still good on the volume, so we're good. Okay, let's see now. What else I got here on the docket? I got a couple things. Let's see. We got changing of the clocks. Did that one. This has got the wash going, if you can hear that. Let's see, we did that one. Let's see. Binghamton, the city of Binghamton's getting ready to honor somebody. And this is a video. Let me set this up. Smoking Schizo, good morning, my friend. Coming in on the Twitch side. Good morning. Coming in from Florida. Good to see you. Glad to have you. I hope all's well down there in Florida land. And go ahead, everybody that Smoking Schizo. He's over there on Twitch. And I liked your, what are those things? It's still up there. The open stories. I liked your open stories where you're doing the game and then you were just surprised, and the way the camera rocked, I just was busting a gut there. So, that was a nice walk I took. Yeah, that was a good walk. I'm glad I'm glad to share that and stuff. Feel like hammered. I woke up for. Let's see. I woke up at 4 minutes before the kids had to be in the bus. Oh my God. And then concerning what I just said about his open. Yeah, that freaked. Yeah, it looked like you were. It freaked me out. It's like when I first watched it, it's like, holy crap, that's funny. That I like those. That's it was a cool effect, the shaking, because it's like you were right there. I'm laughing now. So everybody, go ahead and give Smoking Schizo a follow over there on Twitch. He broadcasts there, and it says my headphones were a little loud. Yeah, I know. You gotta be aware of the volume there and stuff like that. So that's pretty neat. That was pretty neat. So check out Smoking Schizo over there on the Twitch, as far as that goes. Let me see. Let me bring this article up here. This is about. Didn't I bring it up? Do I have it up twice? Yeah, I do. No, I don't. Okay, this is the one I want. Binghamton's getting ready to honor Rod Sterling this weekend during Sterling Fest. Rod Sterling he went to high school in Binghamton, folks. He grew up here in New York. A lot of people don't realize that. Rod Sterling, who created Twilight Zone. And let me bring this up here. It's on Fox 40. And again, full disclosure, I do not work or part of Fox 40. I'm just a consumer of their news, and this is a good article. I haven't seen this. This is a video concerning the Sterling Festival. They have a museum for him also. So let's go ahead and square that up, and there we go, and there it goes. That's what we're going to talk about right there. the getting ready for Sterling Fest, a celebration of Rod Sterling. And let's go ahead and listen to this one here, if I can find it. Here we go.
Welcome back. Binghamton is getting ready to celebrate the 100th birthday of the legendary screenwriter and producer Rod Serling this weekend with Sterling Fest 2024. The highlight of this upcoming weekend is the reveal of the Rod Serling statue at noon on Sunday over at Recreation Park. The weekend also includes a Rod Serling video marathon on Friday and special panels and presentations on Saturday. Both are at the Forum. Serling was a Binghamton native and grew up right near Recreation Park.
The general feeling is one of gratitude that so many people have finally come together to recognize the importance of this writer and producer, making sure that his legacy can live on for future generations. He is a central player in the development of this community, not only because of the prominence of the work, but that his work in some way reflects that innovation, that spirit that helped build this place in the first place.
So they're getting ready what is known as Sterling Fest, a festival to celebrate Rod Sterling's life. He was like I said, he was a native. So I mean, okay, that confirmed. He grew up here in the Binghamton area, and he went to Binghamton High School, and the rest is history. Went out to Hollywood, started Twilight Zone. I still watch Twilight Zone. It's a classic TV. Tina says yes, she saw Schizo's open story there. It's funny. I watched Smokin' yesterday. He's funny. Yeah, Smokin's a good guy. He's a good guy, good dude. Brother Air Force, go prime beef. But Rod Serling, he is a New York native, and a lot of people don't realize that. They figure, okay, he's out there in Hollywood. So he grew up here in Binghamton and went out to Hollywood, and the rest is history as far as him doing a great writer, I think, yes. You just look at those episodes. Some of the actors and actresses that were in Twilight Zone, they became big stars. They got their start doing Rod Serling's broadcast there, or his Twilight Zone. So, and there's a museum. They have a small museum in honor of him. So I think that's pretty good. Here's a good story. It's about a business that, let me clear out some of this stuff here. It's about a business that is starting here in Endicott. This is another article from Fox 40, and I like it's a combination place. Let me bring this up here on the board, and let's see. We got studio. We want to get rid of the text, and then we go to present. I'm commenting, and it's a new sushi and steakhouse as far as that goes, and I like both. I know people don't really care for raw fish, but I have I don't eat a lot. I eat once, maybe once or twice a year, but combine it with a steakhouse. It's opening in Endicott, so I always like seeing a new business open. So let's see what this story has to say.
Thank you, Mike. Well, good news for you foodies out there, as a new sushi and steakhouse called Arushiyama is set to open in Endicott this October. The restaurant hours currently stand as Monday to Thursday from 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m., Friday and Saturday from 11:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m., and Sunday from noon to 10 p.m. The location is still currently undergoing construction, and the new restaurant is located at 215 Washington Avenue, right where the old Nurchie's restaurant used to be in business.
So there it is, a new sushi and steakhouse, and Nurchie's Pizza. It was great pizza. I think there's a few Nurchie's around, but this is a place that's taking over a previous restaurant that and reutilize it for a different cuisine as far as that goes. There's a diner. I think it was I can't think of it. there's another place. If I find the video, I'll have to. It's in Appalachian there. It's near a great diner in itself. The two diners, I think the one drove it out of business. But it's always good to see a new business start up, and as far as that goes, and because there's a lot of business. We lose like 2 businesses, 3 businesses, and then 1 business comes back. So we're still behind the number of businesses that, and that's throughout the state as far as that goes. And it's because of the economy. The economy is not that great here in the United States. It could be better. Hopefully, it will get better with the transition there in the captain seat of this country. We'll see what happens. Not to get into slide into the politics or something like that. But let's see. I do have another story of interest, and this is a good story. It's about a couple young lads there from Binghamton, New York. And Tina says, yes, I watched and still do Twilight. So yeah, I do too. They have the marathon shows there from Christmas to New Year's. We when I was working, and I would have to work on the weekend and stuff like that, or even during the course of the week, we'd have a TV that was supposed to be on the Weather Channel, but we snuck it over to the channel that the Rod Sterling Marathon. We loved Rod Sterling. It's a great show. It can be scary though. It can be scary. This is the next article I'd like to present. This is an article from Channel 12 News, which is another news agency channel. It's a TV station out of Johnson City, New York. Channel 12, CBS channel. I have no affiliation with it, but they're highlighting 2 young Boy Scouts that are working on an Eagle project. To get Eagle Scout, they have to do a project, and this project is concerning an illegal hiking path, which I've been on, and I remember going to this place as when I was in grade school. For a field trip, and it's sort of a wetlands, and they did a little project to connect paths with a bridge. So let's go ahead and see what this one is all about here.
Lovers in Owego can now enjoy a path between 2 previously disconnected hiking trails thanks to an Eagle Scout project that put them back together. 12 News' Daniel Curran spoke with the scout who planned and executed the project over a 2-year span.
2 hiking trails in Owego that have been disconnected since flooding damaged the area in 2006 and 2011 are now reconnected after a bridge between the 2 was built for an Eagle Scout project. Luke Saunders of Troop 30 in Newark Valley has been in Scouts for as long as he can remember. He says the Brick Pond Wetland Reserve area has always been a spot he's wanted to improve.
Ever since I started Scouts, pretty much, I've always wanted to do a project in this place. Well, it's a nice local place, and there's not really like that many places like this around this area.
Luke's father and assistant scoutmaster Joe Saunders says the area holds a personal significance to the family. That's why Joe planted the idea of an Eagle Scout project at the Brick Pond Wetland Reserve for his son.
We've gone here as a family for a long time. It's just down the road. It's really kind of a quiet place, even though it's really next to a neighborhood. You know, if you can just see right across the road, there's really nice houses and whatnot. But, we enjoyed picking berries here and stuff like that. And there's lots of wildlife.
Luke says the project has been on his mind for 2 years. He created 2 bridges across the waterway and added stone to the ground to prevent flooding. Community members in Owego say they've enjoyed the new hiking path, as Luke's father says his son put extra effort to ensure a great outcome.
He's very focused, individual. So once he gets going with something, he kind of went above and beyond. And he got CAD software and kind of built some examples of what the bridge would look like, so he could kind of do presentations of that. And it was kind of unnecessary. He could have just sketched it out.
Luke says the project wouldn't have been possible without the support of the community and his troop, who helped him through long work days.
I worked on it for 3 days during those 2 weeks, 2 9-hour and 1 3-hour day. And I pretty much would just get up early in the morning, quickly eat lunch and head down and then meet all the people up, tell them what we're going to do, help them plan it out, that type of thing.
Luke is set to become an Eagle Scout now that the project is complete, a project that provided new views to the Owego community. Daniel Curran, 12 News, Tioga County.
So the Boy Scout, what's that? What are you doing, Bogey? Come here. Come here. What are you doing? Come here. What's wrong? You okay? What are you meowing like that? You lonely? You should take your nap now. But the Boy Scouts there, I think that's one of the benefits of being a scout. It builds character, and that's good character right there. Doing something that's needed to be done. It's not a major project, but it's a significant project and impacts and enables people to walk around those paths now a lot more efficiently. And yes, Tina, it does look. You're all right, kitty cat. She's scratching at the. Hey. She's upset. She's frustrated. I guess when cats scratch, they're frustrated. But yeah, it does look nice. It's a very nice area, Tina. There's a lot of wildlife that they got benches around the outside that you can sit there, but you can walk through there. It's about maybe total trails. It's probably about 1.5 miles to 2 miles worth of trails there. And it's very, very nice as far as that goes. And that's a good story right there. That's a good positive story that I like presenting, because it makes you feel positive and stuff, that there's young people in this world that still care about some things that need to get done and stuff like that. So a good story there. Let's see. That's all I have on my list. Let me go. How much time are we at right now? We're at, we're at the tail end. We're at 1 hour and 45 minutes. So let's go ahead and scan the news, see if there's anything. Let's see. This is as of yesterday, just to give you an idea. We talk about prices in this country. So for the benefit of the folks that are, our prices up here are probably different from where Tina and Smoke and Schizo is at. And but to give a benefit, an idea of what's going on price wise, this is an article. It's sponsored by the American Credit Union. Gas price checker. So we're going to check on the gas prices here in the local area where I'm at. So let's go ahead and bring this one up. I think this will be interesting. This will give you an idea of the cost. For me personally, gas is over $3. That's still too much. We should have it under $2. But thank you, Double J. I thought you were following me. Maybe you refollowed? Did you refollow? Okay. Yeah, okay. Let me see. I heard that. But you're following me now. Okay. Double J's is following. Let's see. Those alerts work. Okay, thank you, Double J's. Let's see. Can I follow you back right from the? Okay, yeah, I can follow you right back here. Let me. I thought I was already following you. Let me follow you back. There you go. I followed you back. Okay, Tina. We'll see you later. Thank you, Tina. See you tonight. Yeah, cats. There we go. Yeah, I followed you back there, Double J. So I refollowed you back. As far as that goes, again, I'm just glad to have you back, my friend. I am. I'm glad. Let's see. And Double Chase from Twitch says, thankful for multiple platforms. Yeah, exactly. It's you juggle the balls, but you can. I think it's a good thing if you're able to navigate several platforms at the same time, because it's fun stuff. I know there's other people that say it's a bunch of crap and stuff like that, but I think being multiple is all good and stuff, and it's good to see that you're good to see the stream again. I'm pleased with that. I very much, my friend. Again, okay, Tina, we'll see you later. We'll see you tonight. Tina usually leaves. I don't know. Hal's coming. Is Hal coming up? Oh no, she said she got cats. She's hung with us. They got some problems on Hal's broadcast. All right, let me get to this this next story to give you an idea what gas prices are all about here. Let's see. This is from Fox 40 again, and this will give you an idea what the gas prices are. Okay, Tina, gotta go. Thanks. Ciao for now. We'll see you tonight. And let's see. There we go. Oh, let me start this one again. They had the volume off.
After idling over the Labor Day weekend, gas prices resumed their daily decline by the national average gas price, falling 6 cents last week to $3.30 a gallon, according to AAA. New York's average gas price a bit higher, coming in at $3.42. And looking at the prices closer to home, brought to you by American Credit Union, Broome County's average is $3.41 a gallon. In the Binghamton area, the average is also hovering around $3.41 a gallon. That's 5 cents lower than a week ago and 15 cents lower than a month ago.
So for me, gas prices are still about 35 cents higher than what they should be. Okay, it's you're talking $3.30 to $3.41 a gallon. Gas prices before COVID were well under. They were probably close to $2.50, $2.49. So that's an extra. Maybe that's 80 cents more than they were 80 cents less than before COVID, and as far as that goes. And Double J says that yeah, the Indian government is considering fuel prices cut, and that's a first in many years. What's it cost for a liter of gas over there in India, Double J's, if you don't mind me asking? You know, you go by I take it you go by the liter. Here in the United States, I think we're the only country in the country in the world here that goes by the gallon. Maybe Canada. I'm not sure, but what's the price of a liter of gas? Average, say. You know, they say the average price of the gas station right up the street here it's still at $3. I think it's at $3.49 or something like that. It's still too high. My feelings on the gas prices is they say, oh, they're coming down 6 cents. Well, whoop-de frickin' do. It's still higher than it should. 90 rubles per liter, and $1 equals 84 rubles. Okay, so so it's still a lot. Yeah, it's still a lot. That's you're paying more You're paying more a gallon as far as that goes. You're paying because I know European. When I was in Italy in the service, we bought it by the liter, and it was like 4 times as much as and what you know as far as a gallon of gas and stuff like that. We're still on the regular thing, not the metric. We're not on the metric, so. $1 is 84 rubles. Okay, so it's almost a 1. So 6 rubles. So that's a lot. That's a lot as far as that goes. And but the cars have become more efficient. You know, I put that in perspective. I drive Nissan Altima, and yeah, most countries are. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they are per liter as far as that goes, because they don't. You know. The United States, they love their cars back in the day and stuff like that. So I can remember when I went overseas, when I first went in the military, gas was like 39, 45 cents a gallon. When I came back, it was 80 cents. And I'm going, what the hell? Why is gas so expensive? That was back in the early 80s. And then the gas prices just shot up. But they're still higher than what they should be. There's too much taxes. And as far as that goes, if you cut the tax out, and if you lowered the tax significantly here in the United States, they they could have gas as low as $2 a gallon, less than $2 a gallon. But you got the state tax, you got local tax, state tax, federal tax. They just tax the crap out of it as far as that goes. Steve, Big Juice is in the house. I got my new Wi-Fi router, and let me tell you, a game changer. Oh, yeah, a new router will do that. Yeah, that will do that. And Double J says, not just fuel, but groceries. Yeah, exactly, groceries. I look at my thing on groceries, Double J, is I go into the store, I look at a box of cereal, and there's all air the first half, and I'm thinking, what is this? The prices, you pay more for a box of cornflakes. And I remember back in the day, they couldn't give away cornflakes at the grocery store. And that was the stuff my mom used to always buy for us kids because it was the cheapest. Now it's the most expensive. It's like $2 more than a regular box of cereal. And a box, that's my gauge on grocery. Milk is sort of high, but I don't drink a lot of milk. But the missus always tells me the milk is high, and eggs are always high here too. But groceries are definitely higher than what they should be and stuff like that. But good to hear that you got the new route and the Wi-Fi router there, Big Juice. I tell you, I can remember back in the day when I was changing from DSL to cable to Spectrum here. And router, I had the same router, and I had that router for many years afterwards. I said, "What's going on? What's going on?" I changed to the router, and how much you're opening the pipeline for the internet to come to your house. And Double J says, "Yeah, should have got this done." Yeah, that's what you normally say, right? As far as that goes. And going back to Double J's ended up saying, yeah, basic things, nothing luxury, still just too. Yeah, it is. Just the basics are way too high than what they should be and stuff like that. And it doesn't help that we have a war going on between Russia and Ukraine, which hopefully will have some peace maybe in the near future, as well as there in the Middle East, as far as that goes. But yeah, you should. Yeah, that's usually the case. I think I'm okay right now, but there's sometimes I think maybe I should update because I'm not sure. I got to look at how old this one is. That router that I'm looking at, but it's got the 5 megahertz and the 2.6 megahertz as far as that goes. Let's see, it was on sale too at Best Buy. I buy it the next day. It went back to the original price. Ooh, good catch. That's a good catch there. Very good. That's always a good buy, isn't it? Makes you feel good. It makes you feel real good. Let me check. Let's see what else we have in the news here. Let's see. We're on Fox 40. I don't see anything else. We already did that one on new names planned for former JC plant to get Garnet Drive. Okay. Nothing there. What's this one about? This has a viral video. What's the video? Is it in there? No, it's not in there, so we're not showing that. Channel 12. No, Double J's, just like I don't really make too much commentary. I'll say that I did watch it. Full disclosure, I don't really care for Miss Harris. Okay, it's pretty obvious why. I'm not going to go political, but I think most of the people that know me, they know who I'm going to probably vote for. And which I think they tried tagging. Let's just say there was misinformation on both sides, but I think it was more on one. And I think Miss Harris looked a lot nervous. I think she did a lot better than Joe did. That's for sure. Did you watch it? Your thoughts on the debate? Did I miss it? No, I didn't comment. Your thoughts as an American citizen? Oh, okay. It's my country. Yeah, it's good that they had the debate. Okay, that's what people want. I think they need to. She was evading. She hasn't done as much press. Okay, so she's not an open book. Donald Trump, former president, is an open book. He has been president before. Okay, so the accusations that Miss Harris says that he's a danger to this country, totally wrong in my opinion. Okay, that's as far as I'm going to go politically. So, but I'm glad they had the debate. We'll see if we have another one. I don't think she's going to have another one, even though she may say so. The bottom line is she has no policies. Yesterday, they caught her plagiarism. You look at her; she has no policies. She just copied from Joe Biden's thing on the policies and pasted it on her page. So the true colors are coming out with she. I won't say who I'm voting for, but I'll mail my vote in. Yeah. The thing is, the right to vote is something that's very important in this country. Doesn't matter who you vote for, you should vote. But even if you don't vote, that's your choice. I'm not going to, years back, I used to get on there. I said, oh, you should vote no matter what. And it's no, it's your choice. But for me, she has no plan. She's been there for 3.5 years. So all the stuff she said she's going to do from day one and turn the page and stuff like that, you've been part of that previous page. So you had 3.5 months. So if my feelings is she gets elected, it's going to be the same as what it's been for the last 3.5 years. The change is with former President Trump. And he's not a danger to this country. The guy is he's a little flamboyant. He's boisterous. If you just base it on that, look at his policies, not what they say he believes in. They tried to force this 2025. He disavowed it. How many times do you have to disavow? Say, I have nothing to do with that, but they still bring the crap up. That should tell you about the character of that side of the campaign. So we're just going to leave it at that. I was glad they had a spirited debate. I think former President Trump did better. What was strange is he's looking, like he did with Joe, straight at the camera. She kept on looking at him. She wanted to get him to explode. I think that's disingenuous on her part. She doesn't give me any outlook of being a leader. And I think, again, she's been there. She was the last person in the room with President Joe Biden. So why did the things she's talking about? Why didn't she get it done? She can very easily have done it, but I don't. I'm an open book, as far as that goes. I look at they could have had some better candidates, and that's the other thing. Just because she's the vice president, she slides in there. It's almost like those people that voted for President Joe Biden in the primary, they weren't even considered. It's just all the top Democratic hacks there and the leadership as far as that goes. So, but you vote for who you want, and that's good that you're voting, Steve. Thank you very much out there in Ohio. That's because he is. Well, you say that Double J's, he's not a politician. He's in politics, so he is a politician to a certain degree. You can't say he's a man of the people and stuff like that. He hasn't been in government a long time like Joe Biden was, and even Harris. Okay, so former president, I think he's somewhat of a politician because he's going through the motions of being a politician, but he talks a straight talk. You may not like it, but he'll give it to you straight. And he says, this is what we got to do. And he's a man of action. You look at what he's did. I mean, just on the, what was the thing they brought up? If they're saying that his President Trump's administration was such a degrading of this country, why did they keep his tariffs? It's all about the money on the Democratic side. That's all it is. So let's see. Let's see. Double J says, "Oh, Rich, the temperature is going back up." No, it's not. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, I enjoyed the walk yesterday. Changing the subject. I see what you're doing with that. No, I'm good. I'm good with it. We're going to see. The country's going to decide, and I can live with that. Hopefully, they decide the right decision, because I think the other side, we're just going to have 4 more years of the same shit that we've been going through. As far as, and that's me point blank. Okay, there's people that I just amaze me. What are you looking at in this Harris person? It's an empty shell. Okay, and oh, I'm sorry. Did I do it again, Steve? I'm sorry. I have a habit of calling you something. I'm sorry, Steve. Bonehead. My mouth gets ahead of my brain in the manner of speaking. And let's see. Go backing up to Double J's. Thanks for your thoughts. Just curious. Yeah. So it's always good to do. I don't debate. I don't debate anymore. I discuss. That's a debate, and it's pretty obvious what they have to do. It's for the most important job in this country, is to lead this country. And we've had no leadership from her or the former president. And I would have to agree. History is going to write that President Joe Biden will be going down as the second worst president in this country, and along with Harris being the vice president. Do nothing. That's my take on it. So, and I got to remember to call Big Juice Steve. I was doing pretty good there. Why is that? Probably because I know somebody else in Ohio. I'm sorry, Steve. Again, I apologize. I come clean. Okay. I'm a bonehead sometimes. Look at what I did to Double J's, and I didn't even know what the frick I did. He says the thing on X. Why did you block me? He's like, what? Huh? Stupid. Okay. But you guys keep me in line. I appreciate that. You keep me on an even keel. I like that. That's good. That's good interaction there with with you folks. Let's see. On channel 12. We have nothing going on there. What do we got for time right now? Oh, we've been on for 2 hours, so I got to get going here, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to have to get going here, folks. So we're just going to do a quick scan. Let's see. What's this one about? Nothing there. No, we're at a tour. Smithsonian Museum looks to revamp. Oh, is this a video? We're going to end with this one. Smithsonian Museum looks to revamp exhibit about America at war. Let's go ahead and do this one, and then we're going to end the broadcast. This is a good one. This is about the Smithsonian. I like this. I've been to the Smithsonian. If you ever go to Washington, D.C., you got to go to the Smithsonian. It's a great place to go at. Let's go ahead and bring this one up. This will be our last article here. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go. And there it is. This is going to be about the Smithsonian Museum looks at revamping exhibit about America at war.
Third anniversary of the September 11th attacks tomorrow. Visitors headed to the Smithsonian National Museum of American History in our nation's capital can see a couple of pieces from each of the 3 sites that were attacked on that day. WENY Washington correspondent Rachel Knapp tells us how the museum is looking to change how they share the story of 9/11.
In the Price of Freedom exhibit at the Smithsonian National Museum of American History in Washington, D.C., it shows the history of America at war. The exhibit includes pieces from the September 11th, 2001 attacks.
It was essential that we collect this moment in time.
There are representative pieces from each of the 9/11 sites on display. An airphone from the plane that crashed in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, an ID badge recovered from the Pentagon, and a steel column from the World Trade Center's South Tower.
If you saw the space as a whole, it's supposed to it represents that moment in time, the United States being attacked, and then our response.
Within the next couple of years, the museum will change how they share the story of 9/11.
Current approach that the museum has towards September 11th, and that is slowly moving away from the day of events so that we can look at the intervening 25 years. So one of the things we're thinking about, very concerned, the number one priority is how we convey this story, especially since our museum is multi-generational. It's common to have families come here, and how we can best tell the story to a generation that's being born right now that will have no idea the trauma, the terror, and the significance of what happened on September 11th.
Curators say changes to the exhibit are still in the works and want to include how the rest of the nation was impacted by the attacks. In Washington, Rachel Knapp, WEMY News.
So we're going to end the broadcast where we started. It had the we're always remembering 9/11, and even more so on the actual date of when it transpired. And so we have an exhibit down there at Smithsonian to show that point in history of the impact it's had, and it still has an impact to this day. Like I said, we have people that responded on the fire ground there, the site of the World Trade Center, that are losing their lives now as a direct result of 9/11. So we still have victims of 9/11. That's not publicized as much as it should, but it's good that they have the museum down in Smithsonian. I thought that said American Wars. It's American. What is it? The Smithsonian. I thought it said America at War. America at War. So we did go to war after that. Are you still on? Yeah, we're just getting ready to wrap up, Tina. I'm wrapping up right now. We've been on for over 2 hours, so we're just ending with the little piece that talked about 9/11. So we're ending the way we started, as far as saying that we remember those in our hearts that perished on 9/11 senselessly, as far as that goes. And we're going to go ahead and exit stage left and get our day started here. So glad to have you back a little bit there for the goodbye and stuff like that. So I appreciate that, Tina. But we're going to get our day started here, and I want to say thank you to Tina, who's back again. Who said good morning right out of the gate here. Thank you, Tina, for being here. Thank you, Tim Fanforti, coming from Michigan. Thank you, Tony D, my brother veteran, my fellow broadcaster, good friend, fellow broadcaster. Thank you very much. Thank you, Double J's. Thank you for being back, my friend. Thank you. I really appreciate it, my friend. Thank you for being here. Greatly. Thank you for taking part in the chat. And let's see, moving down the list. What we had? We had Smokin' Schizo. Thank you, coming in from Florida. Thank you, Smokin' Schizo. My brother, Air Force member. Prime Beef. Go Prime Beef. And what else did we have? We had Big Juice, Steve from Ohio. Thank you very much, Big Juice. Glad to have you here. And again, all those that were watching, greatly appreciate those that are watching. And if you're watching us on the replay, thank you very much as well. And it's fun being here, and I greatly appreciate all that your views on the replay. The people people who watch on the replay, thank you very much as well. And Double J saying take care. Catch you next time. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Double J. It's glad to have you. And really appreciate you being back. And again, I apologize. I don't know what happened. But it's good to have you back, my friend. And for those that you all have a great day. I am Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich on X. That's my primary posting of things, and it worked out pretty good because I Double J back in the viewership. But I'm primarily on X at Fireman Rich. Just Google at Fireman Rich and just see where I'm at. And so I'm there primarily. And, but we're also here at Fireman Rich on Rumble, at Fireman Rich on Twitch. And we broadcast out the YouTube Live and locals and Kick. I'm at Fireman Rich over there on Kick. So you all have a great one wherever you may be on this big blue marble. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. Thanks again. Great show. Take care.